Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome. Thank you for being here. This is going to be a general read from I've been dealing with. Of course, everything may not resonate, so take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel, WONT Tarot. She's review as well. Thank you. All right, let's see what's going on. Okay. Huh. Interesting. One moment. Okay. Huh. One more. One more. All right, so jumping into this, Sagittarius. Wow. Hmm. Interesting. They're kind of presenting kind of like qualities in this energy. I don't know why, but it's sort of like whoever this is that you're asking about. There is communication taking place between the two of you, and it shows up in such a way where are they kind of like, do they like to contemplate? Do they like to kind of sit there and ponder things, or is it like more of like a curious mind? I'm trying to kind of like fill out specifically what this type of process is. There's a lot going on with them. There's a lot going on with them. And even though there's a lot going on, I don't know why they kind of energetically choose to save face here a little bit. I'm not saying that they're masking themselves or masquerading or kind of faking or being, fraudulent about this. It's just the way they go about communicating. It's coming from a deep place, but the way they express this is not necessarily from that exact energy. It's it's almost kind of like it feels like they kind of downplay it a little bit. They're like, yeah, for example, it's like, yeah, but I've been kind of, I haven't been too good. I've been kind of, I've been dealing with a lot. But then when it comes up in conversation, it's kind of like, yeah, yeah, whatever. It is what it is. I'll just kind of get through it. I'll just deal with it. And they kind of minimize this. Um, and I do feel like you help them through this, but I'm a little curious myself as to how you help them through this because their perspective towards you, it's sort of like I said, it feels as if they minimize what they're going through personally. communicating with you, it feels like you are there for them, like you are someone they can kind of depend on, someone they can kind of lean on. But then their perspective towards you starts to shift, and that's where I'm like, huh. And it's almost kind of like wrong timing, wrong place, wrong timing. I don't know why all of a sudden it's kind of like, wow, Sagittarius, like you know a lot. You're so smart, and it's sort of like it's weird. It almost turns over to from like them going through something difficult themselves to all of a sudden them perceiving you as like them kind of getting distracted. Once again, it's one of those things of like eyes up here and listen, pay attention, focus, rather than like them going to you for help to kind of lean on because you're dependable. Their perspective starts to shift, and it's almost like they find themselves getting distracted, and it's almost like, okay. And what I find interesting about this is it's almost they take kind of these types of interactions as kind of like their, let's just say, bits and pieces of information of how to kind of like work within the dynamic. I don't understand that quite yet. It's like, was there some sort of like hidden expectations that they had with you or towards you, or it's kind of like, what were they actually thinking? Where was their mind actually going? It's like, did they want to open up and express themselves to you for, to be comforted or consolidated, or like, I'm a little curious. What I'm saying here is I'm curious as to why they decided to open up to you. Because over here, it just kind of feels like with different intentions. It's like there you are, Sagittarius. And once again, they're kind of dancing around this. They're kind of dancing around it. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. There's the devil. And once again, now they're kind of energetically spinning around in circles, and even they don't. And that's what I'm saying. Even they don't understand that part of themselves. Oh my goodness. What is that? Like, what is it? You clearly have a connection with them. But I'm not understanding like what that. I don't know. Let me see a little more. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that's actually very similar to Aries and who they're asking about. It's very similar to, geez, it's very similar to Aries. Oh my gosh. One more. No, it's very similar. I feel like, oh, geez. They don't know. There's like a big question mark. Like, what are their intentions with you? I don't know. It's like there's something there with you. I mean, it could just be you that they just point blank want you or desire you or crave you. Once again, it's like kind of like that sweet tooth energy, Sagittarius. Um, But once again, it's almost like I feel as if they distract themselves with you for the time being, and it's like, yeah, the connection helps them somehow, some way, but it's not like this solution that kind of like, and magically all their problems and issues disappear. No. But I don't understand like why there's that consideration with you that it's possible that it could. It's like, are they looking at you, Sagittarius, like you're the cure to all their problems and all their issues, and you're just exactly what they need or want, and everything will be better? Because with that devil energy showing up, it's like it feels like it's throwing the ball back in their court of like trying to figure something out on their own. Like there's so many mixed emotions, and there's so much confusion within them where it's kind of like they want that easy, fast fix or solution, and it's like for some reason they're wanting and expecting and almost hoping that you're going to be fast and easy in some sort of sense, way, or context. I'll leave it at that. But that's kind of like their energetic, let's just say stable energy of what they're used to. And because that's kind of like that avenue or that option isn't open to them with you, they all of a sudden they see that and view that as like a potential problem. And it's like, well, what? Why not? Why? What? It's kind of interesting because it's like, what? Why? It's a bit weird. They themselves, as I'm asking that, there's the Seven of Swords. They themselves are not bringing that loving, caring, nurturing energy to the table. They themselves aren't bringing that fun, flirty, spontaneous, adventurous energy to the table. But yet, for some reason, it's like, why are they expecting you to kind of just, I don't know. Why does it just feel like there's like some sort of expectation with you that they're clearly not communicating about? I kind of feel like with that Seven of Swords there, it's like, yeah, they might be kind of hiding something from you, and it might be just their intentions. In other words, this is game strategy. This is game and strategy. Yeah, because they don't know. Ultimately, they don't know, and that's what I was saying. There's a Seven of Cups. They don't know where they're at with you, Sagittarius. They're like, I don't know, and it's like, okay, then. But yet you're kind of looking for a handout over here, but because Sagittarius is like, no, you're like, okay, I guess that's the type of connection or relationship we have, whichever one, I'm not too sure. They're just emphasizing that's the type of connection we have. But it's weird. It's almost kind of like there's some, like I said, there's something there about their intentions. Well, I want this first to then ultimately determine like where our connection or relationship is going to move to after that point. And it's almost like, what? Okay. It's very strange. They almost for a split second take this as like a challenge. They see you or take you as a challenge. But unfortunately, it's like when it comes to their strategy, they're just like, I don't know if Sagittarius is worth, I guess, the trouble or the hassle or the challenge with whatever that is. So, goodbye.